Hello, YouTubers, wrestling fans, and to my subscribers. This is Hollywood Eric 86. I apologize that this is my Royal Rumble rant, and I apologize that it's a little bit later than normal. I normally do it at night, but I felt I wanted to do this in the daytime so I could get a little bit more, of a perspective, because one of the reasons I'm smiling is because the Royal Rumble last night was by far one of the best Royal Rumbles I have ever seen in my entire life. And I will get to the Royal Rumble match here later on because I'm going to do something I've never done before, because a point was proven in one of the challenges that I had laid down to somebody, and I'm going to do something I've never done before, ever. So, stay tuned for that. But it's about 1:30 in the afternoon here where I'm at. We're about maybe 6 hours away from Monday Night Raw. I apologize that it's later in the day than normal, but I felt like, I get better lighting and stuff in the daytime, so I thought I'd do one for you guys today about last night's Royal Rumble. So, to start with the kickoff show, they had a fatal 4-way tag team match that had the Dudley Boys, the stupid-ass Ascension, Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, and the unlikely team of Darren Young and Damien Sandow. Now, I'm not a fan of Damien Sandow. I think he's a stupid idiot. I've never liked him, not even when he was Mizdow, although he was funny. But I haven't seen Sandow since he did the Macho Mizdow thing that had to be abruptly cut off because of instances of what WWE did to Hulk Hogan, which I will get to in a future rant about how I feel about how WWE treats its stars, or legends that made them money, but that's for a future rant. But in the end, the stipulation is the winning team goes into the Royal Rumble. Well, the Royal Rumble, the match is pretty decent. It's fair for it being, a kickoff show match, but it was pretty good. The Dudley Boys, though, they get jobbed at again because they hit the 3D on one of the members of the Ascension. And as Bubba Ray's going for the pinfall, Jack Swagger puts him in the Patriot Lock to break up the pin. Well, Mark Henry gives him a big splash after he tagged, and then instead of pinning, Bubba Ray sees that the other member of the Ascension is still down, pins the member of the Ascension, 1, 2, 3, Swagger and Henry win the match and go to the Royal Rumble. Now on to the opening match, which was surprising to me because this opening match should not have been the first match. It should have been at least the third match on the card because of what it is. It's the last man standing match for the Intercontinental Championship, with defending champion, the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose, taking on the prize fighter, and a man who's never cheated in any actual match he's ever been in one-on-one, and the actual world wrestling's worst nightmare. A man who did that in Ring of Honor, Kevin Owens. KO, my boy. A wrestler and a fighter. He's a prize fighter. Always remember that, Vince. But again, this match blew my mind. It had the brutality. It had the high spots. It had the absolute entertainment value, as people like to put it, for me to watch it. It was a 5-star fucking match. Poke fun to somebody that deserved to be at least main event caliber. Even with it being Dean Ambrose, because even though I don't like Dean Ambrose, he is a main event caliber superstar. He's gradually earning that spot. But one of the things I did not like, yet again, because Vince McMahon's a fucking bitch, is that he made Kevin Owens' job again. Made him look fucking weak. He beats the shit out of Ambrose, and he repeatedly keeps getting up. Ambrose hits the 30 deeds and reverses the pop-up powerbomb again. But KO gets up at 8. Then, Vince thinks I'm fucking stupid. He thinks that he's going to catch me. He ain't going to catch me. He hits the pop-up powerbomb on Ambrose. But it's last man standing. It doesn't fucking matter because I already had a suspicion of what was going to happen. And Ambrose got up at 9. 9.5 at least, maybe. Maybe even 3/4 to give him that much credit. But he gets the fuck up. And then as Owens ascends to the top rope, he gets pushed through 2 tables that were stacked, and Ambrose wins that way because Kevin Owens doesn't reach the 10 count. So therefore, your winner and still Intercontinental Champion, Dean fucking Ambrose. And I hate to say that to all the Ambrose fans and Ambrose Asylum fans, as Michael Cole puts it, but I'm sick to death of this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Kevin Owens repeatedly getting jobbed to and being held down because he's not an entertainer like John Cena or anybody else that can't fucking wrestle. Because he beat John Cena, he's getting made an example of. It's fucking stupid. Vince, you're a fucking moron. If you want to keep doing that, then I should tell Hunter to put all of his NXT guys and keep them in NXT to where they actually will be something. And then that would be wrong of me because they deserve to be on the main roster just as much as anybody who's been there longer than them. Owens is a 15-year veteran of the independent scene in Ring of Honor and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. And I don't care what anyone says, including the man I laid the challenge down to. The man puts on 5-star matches, world caliber matches, and in the months he's been on the main roster has never cheated in an actual one-on-one fight. And he's a fucking heel. He's a fucking heel, and yet he still gets fans to cheer him on occasion and still puts on the best fucking matches. But again, Vince holds him down. So I'm hoping that one of these videos that somebody hears that and they actually listen to me and they put Kevin Owens back in the main event picture. Because what happened in the Royal Rumble match could be a sign of things to come for their product to gradually improve. To go towards more wrestling than a fucking John Cena shit. Of entertainment, if you put it. Few people can do the entertainment thing, but not all of them. And John Cena definitely is not one. But I digress on that rant. And that was a little shout out for a subscriber of mine that likes when I say that. It'll be a one-time thing. Match number 2 was the WWE Tag Team title match between the Usos and the fucking stupid ass New Day. This match didn't interest me at all, period, because what the fuck has the Usos done to deserve a title shot? Huh? Why the fuck do they get a chance to become tag team champions again? Why? Is it because Vince thinks is it because Vince actually has courage enough to remember legends? Really? The Usos haven't done shit to deserve a shot against the New Day. If anybody deserves a fucking shot, give them to the fucking Dudley Boys. Stop letting them job. But, you know, it doesn't matter when it comes to that because the stupid-ass New Day come out first, of course, and they mourn the loss of the fucking trombone that Jericho finally broke 2 weeks ago on Raw. Thank God. So we thought. So what do? They bring out a second Francesca trombone. So now I still gotta see Xavier Woods blow that fucking stupid-ass trombone. Fuck you, Xavier Woods. I fucking hate that. And hopefully the people that watch my shows and my subscribers fucking hate that too. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Jeez, I mean, what the fuck is the point of a damn trombone? This is an idiot show. You're wasting fucking time. Who cares if the fans in Orlando cheered them? It doesn't matter. Fans can be fickle, and they have their right to cheer who they want, although I don't understand why the fuck they cheer you guys. You're fucking lame, and you're stupid, and you're stagnant. But, in the end, of course, Jey Uso gets caught from the top rope. Big E hits the big ending. 1, 2, 3. Big E Langston and Kofi Kingston of the New Day retain the title. Still, your stupid-ass World Tag Team Champions, the New Day. So, and then on to match number 3, which is a match that I didn't know about until Thursday night on SmackDown. Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio for the United States Championship. Now, this is an interesting concept, ladies and gentlemen and wrestling fans, because over the course of 3 weeks, or 2 weeks, the U.S. title's already changed hands. I didn't go on one of my Raw rants leading into this because I did something a little bit different because of somebody running their mouth that I had to lay down a challenge to, and also the rumors that were running rampant at that point in time that I was still doing research on. But Kalisto, on a Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago, beat Alberto Del Rio for the United States title in a stunning upset, which was absolutely cool because Raw title changes don't happen as often, especially having 2 in 2 months after Roman Reigns got Sheamus. So that was awesome to see. But of course, the following Thursday on SmackDown, Alberto uses his the stupid League of Nations that he's in to regain the title, to beat Kalisto by cheating. He incorporated interference to beat Kalisto to regain the title for a second time. So now it's Kalisto getting his rematch against defending champion Del Rio. Now, in surprising fashion, this match was absolutely good. Oh my God, it actually blew my mind. The match was pretty decent. The match wasn't bad. It was very good. It got my attention, and it got me to continue watching. There were a lot of good high spots that Kalisto did. Now, you may know that I do run down cruiserweights a lot because I hang out with a brother of mine that doesn't like cruiserweights too much, and I tease him, a little bit saying that they're cruiserweights, but one of my favorite NXT guys, the current NXT champion, is technically a cruiserweight, and Finn Balor. So, I tease him a lot about cruiserweights, but I like Kalisto because I'm a fan of the Lucha Dragons. Lucha. So, I'm a fan of them. And so Sin Cara's been hurt, so giving Kalisto this push I thought was cool. The fact that Kalisto got a U.S. title shot on Raw, it surprised me, but it was good. It was a great match. Alberto lost, but then, of course, they used their hand tactics to get the belt back. So I was hoping Kalisto could get, the match was good. There was a lot of good high spots with Kalisto. Very good moves from Alberto, like always, even though I'm not a fan. But in the end, in a stunning upset fashion, Kalisto hits the Salina del Sol for the second time on Alberto Del Rio. 1, 2, 3. And ladies and gentlemen, for the second time, we have a new United States champion, and it is Kalisto. And he is now a 2-time U.S. champion, and he beat Alberto Del Rio. And what I say about Kalisto winning the U.S. title, congratulations, Kalisto. You deserve it. It doesn't matter if you're a cruiserweight. You busted your ass in NXT. You came up with Sin Cara. You've been given this push. Finally, somebody is giving a wrestler a push, and you're the U.S. champ. I really hope they let you hold the belt for a long period of time. Congratulations, Kalisto. I'm glad you're still the U.S. champ. That you're the U.S. champ again, On to match number 4 leading in before the main event. And that is the Divas title match between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Now, this has been brewing for a while because finally, a few weeks ago, Charlotte finally turned full-fledged heel. She was doing heelish tactics, but she was still considered the best friend of Becky, so I called her a tweener. She was an in-betweener because she still hung out with a face. So, she finally attacked Becky Lynch after Becky Lynch did a little bit of role reversal and used tactics Ric Flair would use and her family and pinned Charlotte in the match. She attacked her and beat the hell out of her. So, for 2 weeks now, she's been pressuring for a Divas title match. Charlotte's been blowing her off, of course, because she's a heel. She don't want to face her. So, she goes to the one thing she doesn't do. She did something very creative. She goaded the ego of the Nature Boy, the only 2-time Hall of Famer, and the only 16-time World Heavyweight Champion still, and for a longer period. She goads his ego by saying, Flair, you never back down from a challenge. Maybe you have become a coward like your daughter in your old age. And then Flair gets on the mic because of what Ric Flair did, because of what Becky Lynch did, and says, yes, Charlotte will give you the match. Now, she looked a little surprised, although Charlotte was playing it off as, I wasn't surprised, I was happy my dad made that decision. We all know the truth, Charlotte. You were really pissed off your dad made that decision because you didn't want to face Becky. But that's okay. But the match was fairly decent. It could have been better. They could have showcased Charlotte more wrestling, but Becky Lynch got a great ovation from the Orlando fans. And of course, Charlotte got booed because she's a heel, which was expected. But what baffles me is they still cheer the man himself, Ric Flair. Long live the Horseman. I guess they always will remember somebody that doesn't want that thinks that everybody forgets history when they leave their companies. But the match in general was good. Charlotte did some good things, but it was kind of lackluster to me when it came to Charlotte's ability. You can make her a cheater and you can make her a heel, Just don't take away her wrestling ability. That's the one thing her dad always maintained. His wrestling ability. He was able to wrestle 60-minute matches and draws without cheating all the time, although he's known for that. But all in all, I liked the match. The match was good. It could have been better, but it was good. But in the end, Becky has the match won with the disarmer. She has the disarmer submission hold on Charlotte. Ric Flair gets on the apron and throws his jacket in the face of Becky Lynch. And instead of still applying the disarmer like I would have, she breaks the hold and gets on the apron with Ric Flair. After Charlotte had knocked Flair down earlier in the match because she moved out of the way. Charlotte does a heelish tactic, rolls up Becky, and pins her 1, 2, 3. And so your winner and still Divas champion, Charlotte. Now, I don't know if it was a roll-up. I think she may have... No, she speared her. Excuse me. I apologize, YouTubers. I make mistakes. But she speared Becky 1, 2, 3. And she is still the winner and still your Divas champion, like I stated, Charlotte. After the match, Charlotte repeatedly beats her down. She beat the hell out of her. And then, one of the best ovations that I've ever heard in a while, because we haven't seen her in about a month or two, the boss herself, Sasha Banks, who, by the way, even though she is black, is absolutely fucking gorgeous. That is a woman that I would marry and never let go. She has got a body on her that just wouldn't quit. She's absolutely sexy. And I apologize if there's any youngsters watching this YouTube video, but I want to express the beauty of Sasha Banks. She's absolutely sexy. But she comes out there, kicks Becky out of the ring and says, "You took my spotlight." She shakes hands with Charlotte, teasing a heel turn. And the fans are just chanting her name. And I mean, it was awesome. As Charlotte goes to leave the ring, Sasha grabs her by the back, gives her the backstab, and turns it into the bank statement. Puts her in the bank statement, and proceeds to have her tap or to hurt her and to knock her out. Takes the Divas Championship and raises it high above her head, signaling her to be the next challenger. Damn. Oh my God. I really hope, Vince, you fucking booked this. Because now you're showcasing your divas as wrestlers. Something you've lacked in the past because there wasn't really many wrestlers. Because back then when you did wrestling back with the divas, it was more for sex appeal and beauty, which was fine. Absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. But sometimes you want to showcase, some of your audience wants to have wrestling showcased. Because I can too. I can love sex appeal, beauty, and wrestling. All in the same aspect when it comes to the women. And now you're starting to showcase your women and using the wrestlers. The women that can wrestle. And this match with Sasha Banks is going to be awesome if it's ever booked, which I'm hoping it does. So, Vince, I'm mistering you kind of a friendly little wager. Let's see if you fucking do the right thing and continually let your divas wrestle. Because I'm glad that other divas now are getting shots at the title and not the same repetitive opponents like when Nikki Bella was champion. I'm very critical on her reign, not because I hate her, but because I think her reign was padded to beat AJ Lee on purpose because of issues with CM Punk, which I find fucking wrong. But that's just one person's opinion. That's just mine. I still love the Bella Twins. I love Nikki Bella. They're absolutely awesome. Nikki Bella has developed so much since she first started as a wrestler. Something Bree needs to do and stop acting like Daniel fuck Bryan, her husband. And I call him that because the fans have annoyed me to the point to where I will refer to him as that because he's not the be-all, end-all when it pertains to real stars. Can he wrestle and can he get the crowd over? Yes. Am I a fan of the Yes Movement? To a point, yes. But when fans only think that him and Cena are the only two to be-all, end-all, no, that's something I don't play with. Because when the fans were doing that for 2 years, it just got repetitive with me. Now, for those of you that are my subscribers or that watch my videos and are fans of Daniel Bryan, I don't mean no disrespect towards you. I was just meaning that when by fan reaction, WWE was basically painting Daniel Bryan as the be-all, end-all, and I don't like that. WWE needs to have other stars on the horizon, which now they are because they're moving forward with Sasha Banks going to challenge Charlotte. Becky Lynch got her 2 shots already. She got one on Raw where she got screwed. And then she got one last night at the Royal Rumble, and she lost. So I'm glad Sasha came out there and is going to insert herself in that picture. It's going to be an amazing match, I think, and a great feud coming into Fastlane. Now I'm stalling I didn't mean to do that because I like to do when my rants come up, I like to go into some detail. Now, to the Royal Rumble match. Now, it's no secret, wrestling fans, of what this Royal Rumble meant. But for those of you that didn't, I'm going to give you a little rundown of what happened. When Roman Reigns beat the shit out of Triple H from pillar to post, although Hunter had it coming. And I already stated in my TLC and State of the WWE rant that Hunter needs to get vengeance the way the man should, as the game, as the cerebral assassin, as the king of kings, as the 13-time world champion. At that point, and I'm going to tell you why I say at that time. Now, Vince McMahon, like I stated before, made his return. And then Roman became champion. Vince inserted himself as a special referee, and I'd already got into the fact that he had done that. So Vince announces that the Royal Rumble match is going to be for the title. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is now time for the main event of the night, the Royal Rumble match for the WWE Championship, or the World Heavyweight Championship, however you want to put it, but I say the WWE Championship. And of course, the McMahons and Vince McMahon and Stephanie rigged it to where Roman was number one. But that was a given. It was fucking stupid, because we already knew, predicted, but Roman entered number one. Now, I'm not going to go through all the entrants, because I'm only going to state certain ones and certain things that happened during the Rumble match that would lead to why I'm smiling. And I'm doing it early because I'm going to tell you something about it, then I'm going to do something I've never done to prove a point to a man I challenge that I've yet to hear from. So, number one is Roman Reigns, of course, the champion, the defending champion. Number two is fucking Rusev. People think it was interesting because that's who he eliminated last year to win the Rumble, even though it was a catastrophe and the Rumble was terrible. And I'm sorry for Roman, even though I was glad he won, but how the ending was done was totally stupid. But Rusev didn't last very long. So the countdown clock happens. And when it reaches 1, there's this hip-hop music that starts. You don't see the Titantron. Oh, man. Oh, I'm giddy on this. I have been waiting for this. And then the fans go nuts. They blow the roof off. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3 entrant in the Royal Rumble was, the rumors have been, it has now been confirmed as of 4 days before that event. Yes, the phenomenal one himself has finally arrived. Yes, AJ Styles was number 3. So fans, the rumors were true as of 4 days before the Rumble. And my God, that was the greatest thing I had ever seen, because I have waited and I have dreamt of the day that when the phenomenal one was to walk into WWE, because that man's career in TNA was second to none. He got my attention the moment they started, when they were known as an independent company, because all they had for revenue then was their weekly pay-per-views on TV that you had to buy for $9 to watch for an hour, which everybody did buy, because that's how they made their money. But for somebody who I challenged, who has the audacity and the gall, Average Gamer 96, to say that WWE personnel and fans won't remember your legacy once you sign your WWE contract, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to play you the audio, because I can't show you the video due to copyright problems. I'm going to play you the audio from the time they counted the 9 down to 1, and I'm going to show you what the fans did and what the personnel and the announcers in WWE know about this fucker to prove my point. Give me 1 second, fans. And without any further ado, here you go. This is keep the level rails, keep the numbers down, keep the advantage in your court. Is it? Can it be? It is! The phenomenal one is here! universe, the personnel and the announcers know who the fuck he is. Because before TNA got national, they were independent. And he is known the world over. And he's wrestled for 18 years. They stated he's an 18-year veteran. JBL mentioned he's a former IWGP champion twice. Byron Saxton again said he is the innovator of the best offense. Therefore, they've seen him. They know who the fuck he is. So, your little rant about how WWE fans don't know who people are when they come from the independent is a fucking joke. Know your fucking shit and your history before you open your damn mouth. Because I want you to respond on this. Because I want you to. Because I'll respond back like I stated, Average Gamer. And your subscribers, it has nothing to do with your subscribers. I respect all the subscribers you have. I don't respect you for wanting to say that shit. Because you opened a can of worms to somebody who knows wrestling. Because I looked on Facebook and Triple H was at an Evolve wrestling event. That's another independent promotion, you bastard. Another one. So he's again recruiting people because he had NXT wrestlers with him. So what does that tell me? Huh? That my point, that my challenge was the truth? That you don't know wrestling? In your 10 months you claim? Because they even said, because Michael Cole said he is a star around the world. They won't mention TNA because Vince McMahon wants people to believe TNA don't exist. Because he doesn't like TNA. But he's a 7-time world champion. 3-time NWA champion, 2-time TNA champion, 2-time IWGP champion. And he's a multiple-time tag team champion. In both Ring of Honor and TNA and when they had the NWA titles. And he's a 6-time X Division champion. So, and he's also a Pro Wrestling Guerrilla champion also. So technically 8 if you want to be technical. But AJ Styles fans, back to the Royal Rumble rant, made his debut. And he went on to last 28 minutes. Hell of an accomplishment. And what else was weird was the WWE Universe and fans in unison, the wrestling fans around the world were chanting his name even after he was eliminated by Kevin Owens. So, that could start something. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles could have something going on. Man, well, I'd love to see that. That'll be a match I would fucking get popcorn and sell tickets for. Because AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens will sell money. And then maybe Average Gamer 96, if they do more world caliber matches and 5-star matches, they'll be booked in the way they should, as champions. Because Owens has been a world champion. AJ Styles has been a world champion the world over. 2 independent guys, as you fucking put it, that no one cares about, fuck you, guess yet, because they do, will put on the best match of the card. And then Vince will fucking feed him to John Cena or to anybody else after they beat John Cena and render him useless, so you can go on there and say that they're just a footnote in WWE history. Because I think that's why you say their history and other companies don't matter when they get to WWE, so when the WWE kills them, you can say they didn't amount to shit in WWE. Not knowing the true backstage politics of how Vince works when it comes to that. But anyway, after that little rant I went off on, deviated, back to the Royal Rumble match. AJ Styles goes in 20 minutes. You got in the match. You got to see Tyler Breeze come in there. You got to see you got to see Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Kane, Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family were all in there. And then number 23 was Brock Lesnar. Oh, that was the whooping that I wanted to see, because after what the Wyatt family did laying out Brock Lesnar last Monday night on Raw, which I thought was fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Because he's supposed to be the beast incarnate, and supposed to be this bad son of a bitch, and they're rendering him a joke again. This is just Vince's little punishment for WrestleMania 30 when it was Vince's own choice. It's fucking dumb. I'm going to like the feud when finally Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar get a chance, because if this goes where I think it's going to be, it could be Lesnar and Wyatt at WrestleMania. And imagine, Wyatt challenged a man who was undefeated at WrestleMania last year, Undertaker, and then now he's going to go a step further and challenge the man that broke the streak. It sucks he broke it, but he broke it nonetheless. We have to admit it. So, I'm looking forward to that feud. That is going to be something of amazing when it pertains to that. So, Lesnar comes out there, he's cleaning house. Then you get The Miz, and you get Alberto Del Rio, and then everything. And then Bray Wyatt comes out there. And when Bray Wyatt comes out there, of course, Lesnar and him are going at it. But then the Wyatt family, who had been eliminated by Brock Lesnar, come in and viciously beat down Brock Lesnar. And they throw Lesnar over the top rope and eliminate him out of the Royal Rumble. Fucking stupid! But I let it go. Because it's probably going to lead to a feud between the two at either Fastlane or WrestleMania. So, I'm looking forward to what's going to partake of that feud. So, and then Sami Zayn made his second main roster appearance after his fight against John Cena, and that was and then him and Kevin Owens went head to head, and then he threw Kevin Owens over the top rope as an elimination. I let that go because of the history they have in Ring of Honor, and everybody knows it in the audience. So either AJ Styles and Owens could get something going, or they're finally going to bring Sami Zayn to the main roster like he fucking deserves, and he's going to challenge Kevin Owens at Fastlane. And maybe Owens can get back on track about being the fucking badass that I know he is and the prize fighter that he is. But getting down to the nitty-gritty, gets the Roman Reigns got taken out earlier in the Royal Rumble because I'm gonna backtrack the leading into because the 29th entrant is about to come out. So I'm gonna backtrack what happened. Vince McMahon orchestrates the League of Nations, which is Rusev, Alberto Del Rio, and I think Sheamus before he came out to viciously beat Roman Reigns and take him out of the Royal Rumble. They attack him outside the ring as the Rumble's going on, and entries keep coming in. And then Rusev goes from one table to the next and splashes Roman Reigns through the Spanish announce table. They carry Roman Reigns, even though he walks out on his own power, leaves the Royal Rumble match, gets carried out basically to the back. The Rumble proceeds without him, and when Sheamus is walking down to the ring to make the 29th entrant, he gets Superman punched by the defending champion. Roman makes his return. So he's in there and he's just cleaning house. And then fans, number 30. One of the predictions that I knew the WWE was going to do. That's right. He finally returned. Ladies and gentlemen, the 30th and final entrant was the man himself. The 13-time heavyweight champion of the world. The King of Kings. The Game. And the cerebral assassin, Triple H, returned. And he wasn't wearing a fucking he was not the bald ass in the cheap suit. Because when he was on that entrance ramp, he looked through Roman Reigns with fire in his eyes. He got his fucking balls back. He must have watched my video. Because that's the Triple H that I wanted to come and get vengeance. Because I am a fan of him as a wrestler. Not as authority character. As the wrestler. He came in there ready to tear Roman Reigns a new ass. He showed Roman through that look that I am still the Game. And he is still one of the baddest motherfuckers that ever graced the stage of the WWE. Because if it wasn't for him and his part in the Attitude Era, Vince wouldn't have overtaken WCW. But he comes into the ring and Roman and him go at it. And it gets down to the final four. It's Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns taking on Triple H and Sheamus. The final four. And they're all pairing off. Ambrose is in there with Triple H, and Sheamus and Reigns are fighting. Roman's about to go over the top rope. Roman holds on and stays in there. Sheamus goes onto the corner, onto the apron. He gets hit by Roman once, and then Roman Superman punches him out of the ring. And just as he Superman punched Sheamus out of the ring, Triple H dumps Roman Reigns over the rope. So, that means, fans, there will be a new WWE Champion crowned, as the final two men in the Royal Rumble is Dean Ambrose and Triple H. Triple H, the man himself. So now there's guaranteed a champion. And the fans love that because they were really against Roman all night long. fans have a preferred preference, that's their choice. But it came down to it, Roman Reigns, it was Dean Ambrose versus Triple H. And the last man standing, ladies and gentlemen, that won the Royal Rumble is Triple H. He eliminates Dean Ambrose, and he is the last man standing. And now, I can proudly say, for the 14th time, he is the WWE Champion. And his 14th World Championship. All total. So now he's only one away from that little asshole known as John Cena. So, that is the conclusion of my Royal Rumble rant. He is the champion. Triple H wins it by eliminating Dean Ambrose. So, ladies and gentlemen and fans, let me know what you think about my Royal Rumble rant. I'm going to get to you about my Monday Night Raw rant later this week. Like and subscribe to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I have a Facebook page. It's Hollywood Eric 86 on Facebook. Go and like the page. I have my other 8 previous videos up there already. So this is my Royal Rumble rant for the day. All in all, the Royal Rumble was good. I thought it was one of the best pay-per-views they've had since TLC, because TLC was terrible, like I had stated. It went from, good to bad. It fluctuates. And their Raw programming has gotten so much better than what it was before. It was getting stagnant and stupid. So, I'm actually glad, like I said before, they fluctuate when it came to my State of the WWE rant. So, ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans and YouTubers, and to my subscribers, I'd like to send a shout out to one of my number 1 subscribers that I like, Tyrone Magnus. I loved your Royal Rumble reaction. That was absolutely awesome. I'd like to send out a shout out to my other favorite subscriber, Cryptic Gaming Network, Desire RVRs, Luge PS3, Black and Fist, and to all the rest of my subscribers that I have on there. Thank you so very much, and I thank Cryptic Gamer, and I thank Cryptic Gamer for letting me on his broadcast Saturday night. I had so much fun. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I appreciate it. And if you, like I said, I have a Facebook page. If you go and like the page, I have all 8 of my previous videos up there. This one will be up very, very soon. So thank you. Have a good afternoon. This is Hollywood Eric 86. Love you all. Thank you guys, and have a good day.